What's up, my dudes? Yo, taking it back old school here, dude, with the riding the wheelie all the way down the start straight, man. I used to do that all the time. Some of you day one Spencer Turley fans will remember that back in the day, but yeah, man, got us another track review here. Wanted to come back in here and start doing quite a few more of these, as you guys know. So this is Jaeckels Private MX made by MJ Race. So also wanted to just kind of update some of you guys on my real life riding situation. So basically I just now started getting back into it for the year. I went and rode one time. It was like insane, bro. You guys know how it is when you don't ride for basically like an entire year. It's like, you know, every little bump, every little jump feels 10 times bigger than what it actually is. So I'm kind of going through that process right now, but I'm also going to ride again for the second time of the year. Today, as I'm making this video right here, in real life, I'm going to actually ride in real life, and I'll try to record a video on that, and then I'll start getting the helmet cams going within the next week or two. So all the real life riding stuff's coming really soon. Just want to let you guys know on that. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that and really getting into that, and I'm going to try to record some trail racing, enduro type stuff on there, maybe some hare scramble racing stuff, you know, all different kinds of riding, racing, dirt biking. I got some big plans for that shit this year. So either way, dude, this is, yeah, one of those tracks that I feel like once you get on it, it's way better than what it may look like from the outside. So I think this track may not necessarily get the praise that it deserves simply because of how standard, everyday MX simulator, you know, woodland pine tree type off-track design it has to it. There's so many tracks out there that have this design, but I feel like once you actually get on this track and you realize the overall scale of the track and the jumps and the different lines you can hit and the corners and the amount of speed you can carry around the whole track really does give you more of like this is more than just your everyday MX simulator track in my opinion. So I think it's a lot more fun once you actually get on it than what it seems like maybe from the outside. So I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, guys, I can't wait. I'm just like over here itching to get back into real life riding. Got my 2016 YZ 250F that's been literally rode like 5 times in its entire life, and I'd bought it brand new, and it literally have rode it like 5 times, so it's still basically brand spanking new, dude. Like I wouldn't even consider it broken in yet, so we're gonna get that puppy rolling, but it's crazy when you like haven't rode for a long time and then trying to get back into it. It's just such a bizarre experience because it seems like it's so difficult to get back into it, but just every day you keep on riding, everything gets easier. The bumps don't feel as big, the jumps don't feel as big. You ride another day, then you stop getting that crazy arm pump, you can actually hold on to the bike, then you ride another day, and now you're really starting to hammer it in the corners. You ride another day, now you're starting to shift and do everything without even having to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you go through that little process of basically scraping the rust back off of your real life riding skill after going so long without riding. So that's what I'm going through right now, and we're trying to get it rolling. But yeah, dude, just letting you guys know that is like, you know, on the doorstep super soon. We're gonna be getting that going. So but overall, dude, pretty fun track right here. It's got that kind of standardy type decal to it. You see this on quite a few tracks, and just the overall like kind of where he's got his hay bales placed, kind of where he's placed his trees, how he's got some of that off-track stuff. Very, very similar to a lot of those other tracks. It's not like a super complex off-track, almost more of that JGMX style off-track, not a super complex, you know, like a bunch of, it's not trying to be like a super actual like realistic type off-track or like super, I don't really know how to explain. It's just more of a simply made MX simulator track, right? But that doesn't mean it can't be fun, because I do still think this track is a lot of fun. So many different lines where it's like, especially if you're more on that pro level, you can really feel like you can separate yourself on some of these places because you can just like carry your speed all the way around some of these corners and hit the corners in cool, weird little different angles where you can carry all that momentum around. You can just feel yourself going a lot faster on the track once you start to learn it better. So this right here is, yeah, you better get on your damn brakes and scrub the shit out of that jump, or you're going to over jump to Texas and pop off that bike real quick, instantly. So you want to be careful on that, but it's just got that more, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of standard off-track pine tree, couple of tires in some of the corners. just that very, very standardy, off-tracky kind of feel. I don't know. You just see it so much in this game, and it kind of numbs your mind to those kind of tracks. You know what I'm saying? I guess you just don't get the same kind of wow factor out of these kind of tracks like maybe you would whenever you first get into MX Simulator, just simply because of how many of them you come across over the years of playing the game. But this whole first little corner section, first little jump triple section, awesome inside rut through this corner right here. Nice triple here. You can do a little oppo style whip on. And there's a couple places where I feel like you could hit some insanity huge, like quad 5 jump to a final little roller. Like right here, I'm hitting kind of like a quad, but I think you could jump even further than that. So a couple cool little places I think you could probably hit a little bit bigger stuff here and there, but really like how this little bounce over that little triple kind of tire tap type section, and that inside rut right there is pretty good size there, where it can really grab you in the rut, or it can cross rut you there pretty quickly. So it's kind of cool how that whole section comes around. Then you can just be wide ass open through this whole corner section. I'm talking about in 79th gear, 20,000 RPMs, just fucking hammering it all the way through there, and you got it going, bro. So yeah, then that little jump got a triple out of there. It's just one of those tracks, feels like it's not like it's super hard to hit the big jumps, but it seems like it does have a bigger jump to some kind of extent in just about every corner. And a lot of these corners, you can go like up the inside rut or the outside berm, and it's going to totally change whether you're hitting like a double tabletop out of a corner or you're hitting like a full-blown triple, that bigger jump up and out of the corner. So pretty much every corner's like that. It's got that little bit of a dual option coming up out of it. And then you got this kind of roller section, reminded me of that roller section on the 2015 James Stewart compound, where you come back around. I'm talking about the basically after you, let's see, you hit the big huge tabletop, then you hit the corner, big corner. I don't even know how to explain where the fuck it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The rollers that go through that corner kind of get sketchy. You feel like you're you really, it's got like a big long whoop roller style section, you guys know, on the James Stewart 2015 compound. Then it goes into they're like a long sweeping left roller thing that you're like wide ass open through. That's what those rollers feel like on this track. So a couple of these jumps you're gonna have to let off just a little bit. I think this one you got to let off just a little bit on if you're on a 450. Then this one you can hit super hard. And by the way, I've been doing some freaking brain surgery on my PC, dude. Totally changed out the whole radiator, put a whole new one into it, which is like, it's not that hard to do, but I guess when you've never done anything like that, it can seem pretty difficult. Literally going in there, changing the entire radiator out, because you got to go in there and actually basically unscrew it from the motherboard itself, and then you got the whole god dang where everything connects right there to the motherboard, and then you got the whole the thermal paste you got to put on and all this crazy shit. So to somebody that doesn't like do a whole lot of PC working, it is definitely interesting me having to do that. And I have to put some new fans on my PC as well, so we're going through some little bit of PC maintenance right now, so that's making things a little bit tricky on me, but seem to be getting it going, so should be good on all that. But yeah, dudes, I appreciate all the support. We got definitely some big plans. Got a couple different custom track ideas that I think are really going to pop off pretty nice here. I got two in particular in my mind that I think are going to be just absolutely sick, and I think you guys are going to love them. I've got like 10 custom tracks that I feel like are very unique, never been made in any motocross game before. Be really, really cool ideas to put into these games, especially into MX Simulator. I got like 10 specifically in my mind that I'm just itching, cannot wait to make in this game. So we're going to be getting that rolling very, very soon. Got my best finish of the season so far in the pro racing, which, not saying much, only a damn 11th this last week at Seattle, but man, you got to take baby steps, and that fucking road is motocross and a half, endurocross. It gets gnarly as hell, and it's just a whole different kind of racing situation with it being that way, and it's just so different than what I think of as Supercross on MX Simulator, you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole different animal, man, but so it's just me kind of having to learn that and really start getting better at that, going through that, trying to become more consistent, trying to get that more linear power with the the FC, the Husqvarna in the game for all those crazy ruts and roughness. You got to have that linear power for that shit. You pretty much have to because there's just no other way to deal with it. So a couple of things totally catch me off guard that I just really was not anticipating them to still have the erode this high when they don't even have it like they want it. You know what I mean? They don't even have the erode systems like they want. Still super slick filling, still, even just the way it makes the roughness and not having any cush to the dirt at all. They still have that issue, but yet they still have the erode way too fucking high in the 450 race for being a 20-minute plus one lap race. Like, they still have it too high in that, in my opinion. Just for what it is right now. It may work. Like, let's just say we get a year or two down the line with the road and they've really improved on it, made all the systems better. You may be able to have the erode that high and it makes these really cool multiple rut lines in the corners, cush to the dirt, all this kind of stuff. Doesn't make so much damn motocross roughness, singular rut through the corner. It may be great in a year or two, but what I'm trying to get at is it's not great right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see the point of having the erode so high. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they're trying to implement it 100% when it's not even ready yet. I don't know. Now, of course, I've spoken my mind on that shit over and over, but yeah, either way, you might as well have a full-blown motocross setup, motocross the absolute to the T on your bike, and that's really the way to ride Supercross right now in this game because that's what it is. So, but yeah, hopefully we can get us some top 10s in there. Hopefully we can get a top 5. It's just got to be able to ride it consistent. Got to have a halfway decent start. You know what I mean? You got a couple little elements to the pro racing right now that I kind of struggled a little bit learning there at the beginning of the season. But in a certain gearing I was trying to use wasn't really vibing with me. It felt good like in certain areas, but it wasn't good. It just wasn't as one with me. And so it wasn't as natural as far as being like consistent over a super long main event. So that's what I've had to kind of go back and forth between and try to figure that out exactly what I want. It's so crazy how this game, like setups and all that kind of stuff, can play complete tricks on your mind. You think something's faster or better, but it's really not, or it's not as consistent, but you think it's faster. All these little things, little tricks it plays on your mind. But really sick, huge double jump right here. You can throw some sick, thug, nasty fatties on it, bro. For sure, dude. Nice inside ruts. He didn't overdo it. I certainly think you could have a little bit of a road running on this track, and it'd be halfway decent. It'd make some of these inside ruts a lot bigger. And yeah, it'd be decent on a track like this. But even if you don't want to ride with the road at all on this track, it's still a classic MX simulator track in that kind of sense. Nice bigger triple jumps out of some of these areas. Traction feels decent. Off track's not terrible, even though it is more basic. It's not terrible. So it's just an overall decent, fully completed, just like standard, but solid, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way I look at this track right here. Nice little dip downs into elevation, then coming up out of here, fun little scrub jumps and some bigger double tabletop-y step-up style jumps. So overall, I'm going to give this thing like a... I'm going to give it a... it's so weird because like I love some of the on-track elements and how you can like go around some of these corners and dip and dive into the ruts and stuff, but I could see how this would be like so basic to some people. But I don't know, man. I'm going to give this thing like an 8 overall. I mean, I know that may seem a little bit extreme for just a track this simple, but you got to get on the track to know what I'm talking about. It just feels so good when you actually get on it, man. It really does. It's one of those that's a lot of fun. Once you get on it, may not seem like it from the outside, but you really got to get on the track to know what I'm saying, and you really get it going pretty good there. So, yeah, man, either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Be looking out for those real-life riding videos. They're coming pronto ASAP, dog. Peace!